There it is. I don't know why it took like 5 seconds to actually start, but here we are.
Didn't it do that last time?
It did. This might be a concern. I might have to see if I have to update OBS or something.
Yeah. So, man, like, so I tried getting East Nordics, right?
Uh-oh. Uh-huh.
Couldn't get it. It was sold out. Tried to get it on Amazon, and it was sold out. So I ended up getting Romancing Saga 2,
Uh-huh.
Revenge of the Seven. Because like once I started listening to the story about it, I was like, ooh, okay. I you know, okay, I can rock with this. So the story of that is, or how it starts out is, seven heroes save the world, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's the whole thing where since the seven heroes saved the world and destroyed the big bad, everybody's scared of them now. Like the king was scared, and the people in the village were scared. So they all got banished into all these different realms. So when they got banished, they've been gone so long that they turned, they're like, oh, we'll banish you until another need or another powerful foe comes out, and then we'll bring you back.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was, new foe comes out, and the seven heroes all turned into monsters.
Oh shit.
So they came back and they're pissed because they got banished after saving the world. So now they're like they're coming after you. They're trying to kill and destroy everything. So it's the interesting thing is it's not like a singular quest where it's like, oh, you have the one set of heroes you go through, you defeat all of them, and then you're done, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a generational one. So you start with a king. You start with the king that, like, one of the kings that originally banished him, and then you go through like kind of like ages. Because like the king gets old, and then he has to pass on. He has the ability to pass on all of his knowledge and his abilities to the next person. So you'll go through like I think it's like two or three like different lineages,
Mm-hmm.
and then you finally like beat all the heroes because they all appear at different times. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I ended up picking that, like one of Square's B games.
Was it a it got remade, right? Like this
Yeah,
was a remake?
yeah, this is the remake.
Okay.
It's the same team that did the Trials of Mana remake.
So then I gotta buy it. I gotta buy it.
It's well, it's on the cheaper side. It's like 50.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Is it like how was the is it
Combat?
is it no, is it like well, yeah, combat too, but is it remade like how Persona 3 Reload was remade, or is it remade like fuck, what was the other game? Um Trials of Mana, where like
It's remade. Let's see. Okay, it's more like it's remade like Trials of Mana.
oh nice, so it still has like that old school like art style. It's not like they didn't try to like make new art and do all that kind of stuff, right? Like
Well, they no matter what they had to, right? Because the original game came out in like 1993.
Jesus Christ.
So, it was a pixel game. Like you could get that remake, like the one that was like the pixel version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy that one. But no, they like it's the next step. They remade assets and all that stuff to made it completely 3D,
Okay.
just like Trials, because Trials is based off of the version on the Super Nintendo,
Mm-hmm.
and they completely remade that to the current one that came out, the remake.
Okay.
So it's the same team that took that one and remade that, and they took this one and remade it too.
Ah, okay. I am also like kind of like low key looking at, well, not low key. I'm looking at some gameplay for it also. So it's turn based for
Uh-huh.
sure. It was
Yeah,
made 1990. I actually like. I kind of like the art style for it right now. It's like it's not like too over the top. It definitely still has like an old school feel. It looks really good.
yeah, and the system is the Saga system is interesting because like it's not a traditional way of how you like level up to like find out new skills.
Hmm.
Like it's more like they say like you start using a weapon and then it's like you use the weapon and then you use it a few times and then all of a sudden they get like an idea and then they do this ability and they do this move with the weapon and then they find out a new ability from it. It's like they learn. That's what you'll see like whenever it shows like them doing the combat and then exclamation like a light bulb pops up on their head.
Hmm.
That's like they're like, "Hey, I found out a new skill," and then they'll fucking wreck the person across from them with the skill.
See, actually, that sounds like really anime. I really like that actually. Like
Yeah,
that's how people some anime get their skills, right? They're just in a fight, they get a weapon, and they're like, oh snap, I learned something from this. Like that's actually really cool too.
yeah. It's different from it because like Saga was like there was Final Fantasy and then there was the Saga games, right? Um, in the Saga games, they like had a different formula than the Final Fantasy games,
Uh huh.
like to completely differentiate themselves because they're both made by Square. But like the Saga games are like I won't say more story based, but it's more character story based, if you know what I mean.
I get you.
Because you'll get different stories for all the characters have a history, a story, like past, present, future, all kinds of stuff, right? And most of the time, you pick a you have to pick your hero or pick which hero you want to use
Hmm.
in order to go through it, and they'll have a different story than all the other heroes. So yeah, that's what makes the Saga games interesting.
I've actually never played one. I hate this month. We've talked about this before, but this game came out a couple days ago too. My wallet hates me already because I'm actively right now, I am
Oh,
playing Call of Duty, and it's the first week, right? So it's actually the multiplayer is actually not broken and stupid, so it's really fun to play. I'm
yeah.
playing Metaphor, which I haven't been able to play in 2 days. I'm also playing Undisputed, with the boxing game. I haven't been able to play that
Uh-huh.
in a few days. What else? I'm missing something. I've been playing Sparking Zero also.
Oh my God.
I've gone back to play Monster Hunter World. I'm actively playing that game now too. Like
Yeah.
it's just Monster Hunter World aside, and even then tomorrow, at the time we're recording tomorrow, the demo comes out for Monster Hunter Rise, or not Rise, for Wilds.
Wilds, yeah.
So it's just I enjoy this. I love that all these games are coming out, but I need a second because I have been buying too many games. I'm going broke.
Oh man.
I wish we had like Blockbuster back or something, bro. Like you can go rent a game. That could be your focus for like a couple days. You paid like a little late fee for whatever, and you just, God,
Oh, it's something better. It's called GameFly, man.
nah, I can't do GameFly, bro. I can't
Why
do it
not? Why can't you do it?
because it's gonna be because look at well, granted, it was the parents were in the way, right, for Blockbuster, but I only can get like one movie. I wasn't really playing games back then. Like one movie, yeah, I could be good. Like I couldn't do anything else. Now I'm an adult with my own money. GameFly is a bad idea for me. If they limit me, because I know GameFly limits you to how many you can get at a time, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
upset. Like you can't tell me what to do. I'll just go buy the games because I'm stubborn. Like it's not a GameFly problem. It's a me problem.
Wait. Hold up. Let's backpedal a little bit. Let's step back a little bit.
I'm stepping back.
So, okay. Here's what you can do with GameFly, right? You you have the game on your list, right?
Mm-hmm.
They send it to you. Say it's a new game and it just came out. It's on the top of your list. They send that shit to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only do they send it to you, but if it was something you really wanted, like you were gonna buy anyway, you can buy it discounted,
Uh-huh.
and it has all the stuff. It's brand new. It's the first, they pulled it, sent it out, sent it to you. Now they're going to send you the case and everything else with everything in it. Or you just play it and see if you like it. If you like it, if you like it, you buy it. If you don't, you just send it back and then get the next game on your list.
See, for a normal person, that works. I have a lot of problems, but one of the main problems I have is impulse control. It's, I guess, part of having ADHD or whatever, right? Like, if I see something and I want it, I'm just gonna pay for it. It doesn't matter. I can't stop it. Like, it's impossible to stop.
Oh no.
That's why GameFly would also be bad for me. Because, like I said, like, I get the game, right? I can buy it at a discount. I'm like, okay, send me my next game. I play that game for like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, I like this too. I buy that game also. So I'm in the same place, but maybe being able to save like $10.
Yeah.
It's bad. And like I said, it's not anyone's fault. It's my own problem. I'm not even blaming anyone else. It's my fault. Nothing I can do about it.
Oh God. Oh, let's see. Next month, I don't think there's anything crazy coming out.
You want me to look?
Actually, no, that's a lie.
Let me look. Hold on. November.
No, that's a whole fucking lie. It's November. Shit always comes out in November.
All right, let's see what we got. All right, GameSpot, don't let me down. November. Let's see. Albatross from Metal Slug Tactics. That's cool.
Ooh, hold up.
Metal Slug Tactics. November 5th. I am opening it up right now to see exactly what it is.
Oh, you've never seen Metal Slug Tactics?
No, so I've seen it before, but I'm just making sure what's in here. Oh, it's just a return to the old game. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay.
But a tactics game.
Yes, a tactics game. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics shit. I'm in.
So that's one. Let's see what else is on here.
That's not gonna be a full price game, thank God.
Oh, it's probably not, right? I hope.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
It's probably like a $30 game.
Let's see. I'm looking right now. I'm looking on Steam. This is this doesn't have a price on Steam. Okay.
Best place to look is on Nintendo.
I'm checking right now. I'm going to Nintendo right now. Wish list now. No, just let me buy. Let me buy the game.
It's not showing the price anywhere.
No.
But I guarantee you, it is not. It's not more than $30.
Yes, it's not going to be no $70 game for sure. Like, it's not.
No.
Another big one coming out next month is Mario and Luigi Brothership. I forgot the game was coming out next month, actually. Let's see. Anything else? Farming Simulator 25. Let's go.
Fuck that.
Let's go. My game. I like the farm.
Oh God. Farm Gear. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I feel like this this list from GameSpot isn't great because it doesn't feel like it's everything. There's like 15 games there.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mario and Luigi Brothership and Metal Slug Tactics, 2 really good games. Those are gonna be really good to come out. It's not 8 games like this month was.
Yeah. And the only other thing I'm probably gonna pick up is the Castlevania expansion for Vampire Survivors.
Oh yeah, is that coming out this month?
That comes out on Thursday, the 31st.
Oh shit! Okay. The same day as Dragon Age and Horizon remaster.
Yeah, but it's like $4, so I'm good.
Oh yeah. Fuck! I knew they missed something. Path of Exile 2 comes out next month.
Oh Jesus! No, the early access.
It's early access, yeah.
Good Lord.
I knew they were forgetting something. Oh, I guess technically it's early access. It's technically not coming out, I guess. But that is also... Yeah, we're going to be able to play it next month.
yeah, like the whole thing. Like they have the whole campaign is set up, and they're gonna have in game in it. And it's like it's pretty much a soft launch.
Yeah,
And man, they have a paladin in there too. Boy, oh boy.
they about to get you. I mean, look, you're just getting to the end game of the new Diablo 4 expansion. So, I mean, you've been in there for a little bit. By the time that comes out, you might be able to get like hop in early access, take a little break.
I'm already taking a break on that. Like I'm pretty. It's. I'm. The only thing I want to do is finish up the battle pass,
Mm-hmm.
but I can do that over time. But that's about it. I don't. Yeah, like I'm not going to play it past that. I'll just put it like that.
I get that. You got in, you got to play what you want to play, and you're done. I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
That's why those like ARPGs are like the best. You get in there, you play the content, play as much content as you want, do whatever you want. Once you're done, you can be done until the next content drop. Like that's great.
Well, yeah, but here's the other problem with it. Well, I think here's the main problem with the expansion right now. There's two different games.
What bait?
Spiritborn
Uh huh.
Spiritborn plays one game. All the other classes play a different game.
Is Spearborn that broken?
They hit for quadrillions of damage.
I mean, you're
I'm,
paying
I'm, I'm,
paying for the
I'm
game,
not.
paying for it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm not exaggerating. They're hitting for quadrillions when a normal like the classes before are in the billions.
Yikes!
There's two different games going on. Like there's Spiritborn, and then there's the other game with the other classes.
I
So basically, the game is get a Spiritborn, get them all the way up, have them get all the what the hell, all the Paragon, yeah, all the points for the Paragon board, and then play the other classes and play the other Diablo 4.
I I always feel like that's kind of like skeevy sometimes because you know they were gonna be good, right? You know Spearborn's gonna be good because you're paying for it. Like that's always like the quote unquote myth of the game industry, right? You paying for a
Right.
DLC character, that DLC character is more than likely going to be better than whatever other characters were in the base game or whatever. But that is a lot. Like if it really feels like you have no choice but to play the Spiritborn, that's kind of a problem despite the fact that you paid for it or not. Like that's not great.
Right. Like they get away with it because it's PvE, so that's fine. What they need to do, don't nerf the Spiritborn. Keep them how they are. Bring every other class up to the Spiritborn
Yeah.
because they obviously they do not want to. Like when they were asked, "Hey, is the Spiritborn supposed to be doing quadrillions of damage?" They were like, "Yes, they are. This is what the end game is supposed to be like." So the question now is, wait, why aren't the other classes able to do this? And so now they have that task of bringing every single class up to the Spirit Board.
And if they bring the Spiritborn down at this point, especially after the comments, that's not going to look good for their like for good faith or whatever, right? That's
Yeah,
that kind
because
of sucks.
because people invested in it already, right? They
Yeah.
invested in getting all their gear and stuff, and now you're gonna just we're just gonna nerf it into the ground or whatever. It's like, well, no, that doesn't feel good because now I wasted my time.
After they also said that that was intended, like you
Mhm.
said, this is what you wanted, so now you nerf it. So what are we gonna do? We have to wait another year for another broken character just for the same thing? Like that's I don't have I wouldn't feel like I have any investment there. Like there's no point if you're just gonna nerf the class anyway, and if you're not gonna bring everything else back up. I mean, that's bad faith to me.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, what in Diablo 3, this didn't happen. When we got the Crusader was not the strongest class in the game, which is, the Crusader, which is their, like, they're supposed to be the stronger paladin, right? Like, they're the next step up.
Mm-hmm.
They, they weren't the strongest class in the game. They were about balanced with everybody else. When they brought in the Necromancer kind of sucked. They were kind of trash because actually they weren't bad. The problem was everybody wanted the Diablo 2 Necromancer, which was the most broken class in any game. I don't give a shit what you say, dude. Like anybody says, Diablo 2 Necromancer is the most broken class. Like, oh hey, I'm going to sit at the starting point of an area. My blood golems are going to kill everything. My skeletons are going to kill everything. They're just going to run roughshod around the whole dungeon, and I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to cast a spell. They
Jesus.
just run and just kill everything. It's like it's like Moxley in the BCC. Like that's literally what it is. They just Moxley doesn't have to do anything. The BCC does everything, and they just kill everybody. That's what it's like playing a Necro in Diablo 2.
I guess I could understand why people want that back. Like it's like ARPGs, right? You have like the power fantasy. I don't even know what else to call it. But you want to feel strong. You want to go and be able to obliterate rooms and go in and obliterate enemies. And I feel like Diablo 4's main problem is that whenever they do have a class that can do that, which they do, like Spiritborn aside, there's always like a class that ends up being just leagues above everyone else every single season. But they don't ever keep it consistent, or like it's either some of them are too easy to build also, like a lot of them like high tier S tier builds for some of those characters in earlier seasons you didn't have to really grind for it. You can just do it and be fine. So there needs to be like some kind of balance, and I think the Spiritborn releasing like it has, because I haven't played it yet, so I will eventually, but it doesn't seem like they have a consistent view on what they want to happen. I mean, they might, and they might still be working on it, but it feels, it just to me, it feels inconsistent.
Uh, so I would say yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The inconsistency, yes, it's there for sure. But here's the thing: Spiritborn is the most optimized. The thing that differentiates the Spiritborn between everybody else, it is the most optimized class in Diablo.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So every class, like, so for the problem is it is so optimized and so good, like because they had time to do it and stuff like that. That the other classes, the problem is now is that the other classes don't have that level of optimization.
Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying now. They just don't feel as built as Spiritborn, basically.
Right. Like literally Spiritborn every week there's a new build. Like every other day,
Jesus.
oh, there's a new build. Oh shit, I found this out. Oh no, you don't see that with most of the other classes.
Yeah,
Like most of
no.
the other classes, they have their same builds, and then they have like a couple new builds. Like the barbarian has the weapon throw build, which is hilarious because he's just throwing weapons at people, and it is of course an S tier build because it's barbarian and it has weapons. So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
and yeah, man, like the other classes aren't as optimized as the Spiritborn. Once they get as optimized as the Spiritborn, which is what I think they're going to be doing the next few seasons. They better do it fucking quick because of Path of Exile. But yeah, these next few, I'm curious to see what they do in the next few seasons because it the Spiritborn shows the problem with their original design of all their other classes.
That's not a great problem to have, to be honest. And like
Oh no, it's a terrible problem to have.
again, like it the sad part is like realistically it makes sense, right? But again, realistically, every class should be built like that because they had time to build all the classes. Granted, when you release a game, when you have like 5 classes at the same time, things are gonna happen. But you can't have that big of a stark difference. Because even when what class was really broken the last season of Diablo 4? What class was that?
Barbarian.
Oh yeah, no, it was
No, mage.
mage. Yeah,
Orc, yeah, sorcerer.
Sork.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And did they end
very
up
sick.
nerfing what Sork did last patch last
Of
season?
course they fucking did.
Yeah, see, yeah, it's the problem. I didn't know that they had It makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, that they, since they had more time, the Spiritborn is just a better class, just better built. But yeah, you can't do that. Like, all the class has been around for a year, and I get that they're not going to be consistently working on the older classes, obviously, but you gotta balance that a little bit better. That makes me
Well,
concerned about the next classes that are coming out next year.
well, the next class, I feel like the next classes are all going to be like the Spiritborn, right? Like they're going to be just as optimized, and they'll be equal. They'll pretty much be equal. The problem they run into this problem, right? The problem is that they shifted the game like 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much when they were building the Spiritborn, they knew ahead of time what the game was going to be, what the direction is, what the game they were going to build, what they go for. The classes as they are right now were built for a different game. That's why I keep saying there's 2 Diablos, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were built for like base game Diablo, pretty much. And they're a little bit more advanced now, and they're better than they were in the past, but the the base of those classes were based on that old Diablo 4 that had that Diablo 2 formula going, right? So they haven't fully switched over to this new Diablo 4, which is Diablo 3.5, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's the issue. And they're going to have to like go in there and start class at a time getting them to the current game, like to get them to where the Spiritborn is.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's not great.
The question for you is, do you have faith that they're going to be able to balance this all out?
Yes. They're gonna have to.
But do you
That's
think
all
they
I can
will?
say. Do I think they will?
Yeah.
It's gonna take like 2 or 3 seasons to do.
Mm.
Right? Like it's not something they can do instantly, right? They would have because once they shift that balance, once they fix one class and shift the balance, it kind of steamrolls after that, right?
Yeah.
They kind of have to have like half the roster done, so people are focused on this side over here, and then while they're working on the other side, which isn't great. So, do I think they can do it? Yes, but will it happen anytime soon? No. They need time. They need a lot of time. And I'm just gonna say this: depending on how Path of Exile 2 comes out and comes out swinging, because they are, I don't know if they'll be able to get there in time, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
they might turn into like the second or third game. They won't be everybody's top RPG. They'll be everybody's second or third ARPG.
I mean, I guess for Diablo that's not great, but
Yeah,
realistically, that's still a good place to be in.
right. Because people just shift on seasons, right? Like
Yeah.
new Path season comes out. Okay, I'm gonna jump on Path. New Diablo season comes out. I'll jump on Diablo. They'll probably be like the and, but a lot of people are probably gonna shift over to Path. But that depends on how good Path of Exile 2 is, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
this is just just me speculating that from what I see from Path of Exile 2, pretty ridiculous. So, and the classes are looking kind of crazy. Everything's looking on point, and they have their focus of how they wanted to do the game and how they wanted to make it from the ground up. Well, not from the ground up. They pretty much took Path of Exile 1 and just made it like 10 times better. So they already had a formula. They're just tweaking it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we just got to see how the tweaks feel.
And PoE 2 is, I guess we'll say soft launch. We'll say soft launch for the sake of saying it.
Yeah.
12 classes at launch. 12.
Yes. 12. But hold on. Let me so there is 12 classes at launch, but technically it's still the what is it? Six base classes that they had in Path of Exile 1. It's just that you get there, it's pretty much like they took all the advanced versions of those classes
Mm-hmm.
and made them their own thing.
Yeah, split them off, yeah.
Mine is like they got like three new actual classes, right?
I have the class list if you want to hear it real quick. I have it in front of me.
There's the mercenary one that uses the guns in WASD.
Mm-hmm.
That's the new class. Then there's the monk, and then there's the druid.
Yep.
Those are like the three new ones.
And the other ones for people who don't know, warrior, marauder, like Prophet said, duelist, mercenary, like Prophet said, huntress, ranger, monk, shadow, witch, sorceress, druid, and templar.
Yeah, and like yeah, the Templar is actually kind of different too. So I would say it's four new classes because like the Templar in PoE 1 was more like he was almost like a mage, like a spellcaster in a way. The way you could play him, you could pretty much do anything with him.
Mm-hmm.
But the way he was mostly played was like he was a mage type guy, you know?
It don't matter to me. I'm playing monk. It's fine. I got my hands class.
Yeah, you'd like the Spiritborn too.
I probably would, but now that you said that there's a problem, I kind of want to. This is stupid, but I haven't bought the DLC anyway, so I can't even play it right now anyway. I want to wait to kind of see what they do. I'm gonna buy the DLC anyway. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I want to play through Diablo and I want to play through the seasons that are coming up. But I kind of want to see what they do with the Spiritborn before I hop in. I as much as I want to play it while it's broken, I want to see where their heads at and what their strategy is going to the next season.
Yeah, and it's a weird one because technically they're not broken. It's just it's literally within. Actually, no, fuck that. They are broken because of there's some there's some Paragon things in their tree that are just busted. Like, yeah, so they are broken in that sense. I do see them in the future fixing their Paragon tree.
I,
the fixing their Paragon. So yeah, it's probably gonna happen.
and we'll see. That
Yeah.
that's part of the thing that they need, right? Like it sounds like to me, like from what you're saying, they do need to have like just a general overhaul. Maybe not of Spiritborn, but like of all the other classes. So the other classes need to have something. I mean, we'll see what they do.
Yeah, they got to bring the other classes up to the Spiritborn. Don't like the reason you play ARPGs is really just to get a bunch of gear, do some theory crafting on a build, make something broken as shit, and just go around and obliterate everything. That's ARPG. That's what you do,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's what Path of Exile has perfected. They have a whole lot of stuff. You could do a whole lot of builds. You can make this broken ass build, get these items, have your talent set up in a certain way, and then go around and blow shit up. That's Path of Exile.
Yep.
That's what they do best. Like, and do they nerf it the next season? No, they might tweak it a little bit, but they're not like completely obliterating it into the ground. No, that build will still be viable next season. And as you see, like one of the things you see in Path of Exile versus Diablo is like if you look up right now, you'll look up like Path of Exile build for new season, right? it's in it's kind of like sectioned off, right? So there's starter builds, and you have these builds that you use in the beginning to power up to get to a certain point, and then once you get to that point, you use the mid game build, which is sometimes like takes the stuff from the starter build and goes over, or you're leveling up completely new shit to get to the new one.
Mm.
And then after that is there's an in game build. They got levels of it, right? Diablo is like there's kind of a starter build type deal, but a lot of times the starter build is like the in game build too.
Yeah.
So like there's nothing stopping you from using it, from the in game, but you can once you get the gear and stuff, you can switch, but there's no like starter mid end. It's just like starter end, then you go.
Look, as long as PoE fix that beginning section, they can
Yeah,
do no wrong in my book. Like, that's all I care about. Make the beginning a lot. I don't even want to say user friendly because that's not the right word either. To make it less boring, all in.
yeah, I agree.
Oh,
I What's up?
I know that this is the command grab.
Uh-huh.
I know, but I need to tell you what just happened,
Oh, go
wrestling
ahead.
wise.
What happened wrestling wise?
I need to confirm this, but it looks like we have a new X Division champion.
Huh?
It looks like Moose beat Speedball for the X Division title.
Yes. Get it. He's gonna go with option. What is it? Option 3. He's gonna cash in the title and then kill Nick Nemeth, and then we have Moose as the champ again. Everything is right in the world.
Oh, this might be spoilers because I don't think this happened on Bound for Glory.
No, it didn't.
Oh, whoops! In 3 weeks, we're having a new TNA World Heavyweight or new TNA X Division champion.
Ha!
Internet's real mad. I am really happy. Congrats, Moose.
Get him, Moose. If you
Like,
guys happen to be in Vegas that time, well, we'll be there.
we'll be there for sure. But I think that wraps up this episode of the Command Grab because that's how this works now. Our audio
Yeah.
check turns into a podcast.
Yep.
Anything else you wanna talk about before we wrap this?
Oh, Dragon Ball Daima is amazing. That's all I'm gonna say.
God, we might need to do like another audio check to talk about Dynamite. I haven't watched episode 3 yet, but we probably need to talk about that.
It's so good.
So
It
good.
is so good.
But that's it, y'all. We'll catch you in the next podcast, whichever one shows up next. Peace out.
Yep. Later, guys.